Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyanamita Sukihontu. I'm Aliana and welcome to Sutta Discussion Day 54 by Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima. Tonight is the 5th class of Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and we are going to continue discussing the middle path about samadhi and right view and sammāsaṅkappa or right intention. Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta is the 5th sutta from the total of 10 suttas that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion. For those who have missed previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amapadana Klang Facebook page and YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous 53 classes there. The Sutta discussion Zoom class is always open. Therefore, whoever that wish to join the class where we can engage directly with Bhante can contact us on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amapadana Klang's Facebook Messenger. We are always welcoming newcomers. Related documents and to the topic and links are shared around the members. Our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima, currently is the Senior Advisor at Patisota, Canada, a virtual Dhamma organization that helps beginner as well as expert students in learning Dhamma in varieties of ways. Many people are interested in Dhamma Pariyesana, Patisota's most acclaimed interview series, which Bhante conduct on regular basis. You can check on Patisota with the link www.patisota.blogspot.com. Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima earned his PhD in Buddhist Studies in 2015 from University of Sri Jayawardenepura in Sri Lanka. From 2012 to 2015, Bhante served as Theravada Buddhist chaplain at the University of British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada. And in 2016, Bhante was a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society of University of Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and thank you very much for the wonderful talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much, Liana, for the kind introduction. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Sutta discussion day, I guess 54. As you exactly said, it's the 5th class of the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. And today we are going to discuss about the second path factor, which is a short, I would say, mention in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, because you know that the detailed explanatory sutta about Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta's contents is going to be Satcavibhanga Sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya. But here we have a very basic abstract about the Four Noble Truths. So, all right. So I want to welcome all of you. So we have Aliana already came. Lim is already facilitating us from wherever he is. Hope he's not halfway of the trip back home. We have Yeng Chengna, we have Diha, and we have a new friend over here, T.C. Lim. I probably think you are joining for the first time. Maybe you may have watched on Facebook, probably. And I think I saw this background that you are having. It's a chanting group. I don't know. Probably. I saw online somewhere. Okay, were you a part of the chanting group somewhere?
This the unison chanting. We are chanting for 9 nights towards the Vesak Day.
Oh, great. Is that the Theravada
Mali chanting, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I mean the organized by I see the Dhammacakka Theravada, what do you call it?
Yes,
Malaysia. Yes. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And we have Sita, we have some. There's probably some might join as we proceed. All right, so let's pay homage to Buddha and then we'll get started. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu sammāsaṅkappa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu sammāsaṅkappa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu sammāsaṅkappa. Great. Right. So I probably think Brother Lim, TC Lim, you must have received our links, probably our document too. Is
Yes,
it?
Bhante.
Okay, great. So shall we go to the share screen option here? Okay, this one. Yeah, this one. So as you can see that we have been looking at the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta as an introduction, and then we discuss about Kamasukhalikana Yoga, and then we discuss about Atthakalamatana Yoga. So 3 days gone, and then we discuss about kind of a rough introduction about middle path, Majjhima Patipada. So I separated out the kind of the subtopics in the sutta so you can understand where we are talking here. So last Friday, I guess we left up somewhere here. So now here you can see Ayang Eva Aryu Attangiko Maggo Setida. It is this noble path with 8 factors as follows. Sammaditthi, sammāsaṅkappa, and so on and so forth. So I think I mentioned to you that I'm gonna discuss every path factor individually, because that is the crux of the most important part of this sutta. So we discussed sammaditthi a little bit, probably 80%, maybe 90%. We're gonna discuss the rest, and we're gonna actually move on to our new topic today, sammāsaṅkappa, right thought. Maybe we have a couple of translations, right intention, right resolve, but we'll find out. First, let's go to finish up sammaditthi. For that, let me go to the website here. You're going to find out the Noble Eightfold Path poster. This is a Japanese article about Four Noble Truths published at the Japanese Theravada Association in Tokyo. Here, I think there should be something here. Yeah, this one. Okay. Don't worry, I think I chose the Japanese one, but I think the poster is same. Okay, so right view. Now we discussed that right view is the starting point. So some of you probably puzzled about where to start our spiritual journey. Is it correct? Now, when you typically ask from someone, hey, where do you start your spiritual path in Buddhism? Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila. Let's start with Sila. But actually, it's not. It's not. Because according to the Eightfold Noble Path, and given in the Mahachattarīsaka Sutta and a couple other Majjhima Nikaya suttas, Buddha says, we're going to start from Sammaditthi and Sammāsaṅkappa. And Sammaditthi and Sammāsaṅkappa fall into the category of Panya, wisdom. And the rest of the tree, speech, action, living, fall into Sila part. That means don't tap onto Sila without some Panya, because you don't know where you're going to get ended up, like the giants. And then you have this basic, you have the wisdom, and you carry on with the wisdom into Sila. Then you are trying to do meditation part. I don't say it's meditation, I would say sati part, concentration practice, samadhi practice. Okay. So after right concentration, just forget about these two. These are only for the arhats. At the point of the right concentration, you are getting into the higher wisdom, I would say not Mahapanya, the higher level of your wisdom. Again, probably the culmination of this wisdom over here. But the interesting thing here is that you start with wisdom. Okay. Now you don't start with Sila. Okay. Actually, we start with Panya, a little bit of Panya, what we're going to do, how we're going to proceed. And then we are going into Sila. But don't tapping into Sila without Panya. Okay? So that is very important before we jump into other stuff. As you can see that these are the ends, what you call the extremes. Atta-kilamatana yoga, self-modification, and what you call kamsakalikana, overindulgence, probably clinging to sensual pleasures. And here you can see the what do you call tisikka. This is what we identify these three. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. But we're going to say Panya, Sila, Samadhi. Right? Panya, Sila, Samadhi. Because why we call Panya, Sila, Samadhi? Because Eightfold Noble Path is a gradual practice. If it is a gradual practice, we're going to find out Sila, Samadhi, Panya according to that gradual practice. If so, then Samadhi to sammāsaṅkappa fall into the wisdom part. Again, Samma Vaca Kammanta Jiva fall into Sila part. And then Samma Vayama Sati Samadhi fall into Samadhi part. Then someone might be puzzled. Then what about the Panya that leads us from all that? Yeah, that is the higher level of the same Panya over here. Okay, any questions before we jump into other things? Ask questions on real time. Huh? Any questions so far about this basic, context of what do you call the path? Okay. And we discussed last couple of days too, especially last Friday, that each path factor must be practiced with the supporting path factors, which you understand by Sammaditi, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati. You cannot practice any path factor without these three path factors. Anybody ever heard that before? I probably think most of you who were there last Friday definitely know it, but have you heard that before? You can't practice any path factor without these three supporting factors. Yeah, that is what we understand in the suttas. Majjhima Nikaya, so especially in the Mahachattari Sutta. So let's go to another, what do you call, our Sammaditi flyer, because I have another Sammaditi flyer here. See that. I go to Sammaditi. I will ask questions, halfway, so keep all these things in your mind. Real-time questions. Right view. Okay, here's the poster. This one. Not a poster, I would say flyer. So this is a detailed look of the Sammaditi. Now, before I discuss probably this right view in details for the last time, let me ask you a very simple question. Right? A lot of people say when somebody talks about Dhamma, you only talk Dhamma, you only discuss Dhamma. You probably don't know the practice. Right? Someone might say like that to you. Right? Have you ever experienced that thing? You only listen to the Dhamma talk. You never practice Dhamma, right? This is an interesting intersection to understand. Now, let me ask you, what is right view in your own way? Now, forget about all these Dhamma things, like detailed stuff. Okay. Let me see you first and then ask this question again. What is right view in your own according day-to-day life way? You know,
Looking at the right
books.
thing, but
Sorry?
looking at right things, right view.
But right can be wrong in some other cultures, right? So it's a kind of a complicated word, right?
Do good, avoid evil, Bhante.
Evil and good. Isn't it like changing on different cultures, religions? Like XYZ religion, like this is evil, you know, but it's not evil to us. It's evil people. Kind of a very normative, very basic way of like looking at it. Actually, what is right view in our life? Interesting, huh? Hema, yeah. Looks like you're trying to say something.
I think it's really been able to see things as it is, and then without putting any judgment or right or wrong. To me, it's just seeing things as it is, and then the right view of seeing Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, the teaching of the Buddha of Four Noble Truths.
Okay.
The view
that
of
is,
it in a
okay, great. I would say for somebody who knows some meditation, that person might think this is exactly vipassana. You know, seeing things as they are, because we normally see things as we are.
you see.
So now the problems start arising. Yeah? It's I, me, myself, mine. Well, is it samadhi?
Right view.
Yeah. Is it samadhi? I mean, how do we understand this in our day? Okay, Hema, I have a counter question to that. Now you said that we are supposed to look at things as they are. All right, but is it how things happen to us every day, or do we bring our subjective experience all the time? Like that is objective experience. You look at things as they are. It's more objective.
Yes.
But are things happening to us, or can we, although we know that we are supposed to, but are we always able to, what do you call, objectify? I would say, look at things as they are, or we at the very least, we had to put some subjective things to that. I'm talking from the practical point, not the Buddhist text at this point.
Normally, I think when things happen, and normally all sort of perception and idea come along the way. So for me, when things happen, I just watch and understand, coming in more to understand why it happened and why it's repeating again. And these problems come around is to remind me to relook back inside. That's why it's happening again. So, and then in a way, I must not think it's bad or good or anything. That is really seeing things as it is, that it came for a reason, for something that I need to look inside. So I think in normal life that a lot of things there will be a lot of drama.
Yeah.
I think so. That's normal, common. But I think once we know the truth, they came here for a reason to look inwards. And then not being able to put that thing into I inside. So the three characters, the non-self. So as we know, I think as I can see, understanding of some Dhamma, then it became much clearer that don't judge anything on it, and be as much as make it is independent to see in a view why is it happening and what is the reason. It's been there to remind me. For me, I don't see it's an don't make it an attachment to it. Make it really to see in that view, not being attached and not being able to make it more complicated. That's for my side.
Great. Dhamma folks, we are trying to look at samadhi, and then now there are like what you call close parallels to samadhi, like vipassana attitude. I would say non-judgment attitude, like what you are bringing up over here. But Is our experience mostly subjective or objective? Our experience, I'm seeing somebody, I'm feeling somebody, I am, trying to do something. Like, if you look at the contents of this whole experience, is it more subjective or objective?
Objective.
Generally is.
Yeah, Sadhis?
Generally is objective, but out of the right view, we have
yeah.
a choice.
Yes.
We have a choice to make adjustment, not to offend in any situation. So
Great.
adjust it in a way so that when we speak, we do not offend anybody. When we do some action, we do not offend anyone. In every way, we try as much as possible not to offend anybody.
Okay.
Generally,
So-
the first thing come in our mind, something come, we'll try to fight it back because our mind will react that way. But it's up to us to cool down the mind and control in a way and not to let a wrong view and create more problem out of any situation.
Okay. So, back to our primary question. The question was, how do we understand samadhi in our daily life, right? So we know that samadhi is the opposite of vichaditi, wrong view. And, wrong means not understanding the 10 areas of, like, for example, here, normally. Again, I'm going to show you. Not understanding these 10. There's merit in giving alms, there's merit in large offering, there's merit in small offerings. There are results from karma, okay, good and bad karma. Mother is a special person, father is a special person. There is this world, that you believe that here you are, and then you're going to be reborn somewhere else, other worlds. There are spontaneously reborn beings like Deva and some animals. There are ascetics, wise people who develop special powers through direct knowledge, abhinyasa, meditation. So these are normally it says that this is what you call secular, mundane, like secular right view. But the problem here is that this is affected by defilements, asavas. And this, like, whatever you do through these 10 will lead you to sansara, partaking of merit, punya bahagya. And you would gain upadi, ripening in the acquisitions, upadis, right? Anyways, so this is more secular, but this is actually really not upadi. This is noble right view, lokuttara samadhi, supramundane right view, which is only relevant to an arahant. Because let's say somebody passed through these 10 and become an arahant. Give me a second, I'm going to show you. So somebody somebody follows the path, the T up until concentration and become an arahant. Okay. And then again, until that person dies, passes away, that person is going to practice the Eightfold Noble Path in 10 ways. Same 8, and right knowledge, sammajnana, and samma vimutti, right release. So that kind of arahant is only having this right view. Let me just zoom it up a little bit. Noble, there is no asava, taintless, supramundane. It's a path factor, Magganga. This right view always is with panya, like that accomplished panya, okay? Not the normal panya, accomplished panya. This arahant has already the faculty of wisdom, panya indriya, power of wisdom, panya bala, investigation of states, enlightenment factor, Dhamma Vichaya Bojjhanga. How many of you know the Bojjhanga Suttas?
Don't know about her.
Bojjhangas?
The 7 factor.
7
Is it
factors.
Bhante?
What are they?
First is the
Sati, Dhamma
Sati,
Vichaya,
yes, Sati,
Piriya, Piti,
Sati.
Passaddhi,
Yes.
Samadhi, Upekha.
Yes.
Okay, Sati, Dhamma Vichaya, Viriya, Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekha. I
Yes,
think we
7
lost
factors.
one. Sati, Dhamma Vichaya, Viriya, Piti,
Viraya.
Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekha. Okay. These 7 what you call Bojjhanga components can only be practiced by an arahant and onwards, because they already attain nibbana. They only can feel it.
I
That
see.
is why it is said, once they sick, if they can go back to their enlightenment factors, they can get back to normal. In the case of Mahakassapa Arahant, in the case of Arahant Mahamongkalan, in the case of even the Buddha, they were able to get back to normal because they know what are the contents of the enlightenment. Then a normal devotee might ask, then why do monks chant this for us? They say that you're gonna get well. Okay, it is because they can use any chanting to bless you. We're gonna believe that there's a power with the Bojjhanga factors, but the exact way of becoming well comes from an Arahant perspective because they already attained Nibbana. Okay, on the other hand, now let me show you something else again here. Now these are this is the right view that we practice normally in our life. But this does not exactly clear what is right view in our daily life. Let's say you go offer dana, you go offer larger danas, you believe in karma, you think that you consider your mother is a special person to you, no matter what. You consider your father is a special person to you, no matter what, right? And then you believe in spontaneous beings. How do we call them? Upapatika beings. And you make sure that you are approaching as what you call monks or whoever, those who have their own meditation practice. I think I told you the other day too, meditation does not mean that you're sitting only. Meditation is a larger practice. Even you walking with sati, it is also a meditation. Even you eat with sati, it's a meditation. So meditation people can be manifold. But time to time, we recommend sit down on the floor if you could, and then practice anapanasati too. It's also a good thing. We have to try all these options, right? Because that's the only meditation the bodhisattvas practice in order to become sammāsaṅkappa. Bodhisattvas cannot attain sammāsaṅkappa with walking meditation. Okay. Bodhisattvas, those who are going to be sammāsaṅkappas, they cannot attain sammāsaṅkappa with a posture meditation, with a meditation on the 32 body parts, with a meditation on the dhatu practice, elements, with a meditation on the dead body. They must practice anapanasati to attain sammāsaṅkappa. But for us, normal folks, if you want to be sotapanna, if you want to attain nibbana, you may even attain nibbana by listening to a Dhamma talk. How many people attain nibbana after the Dhamma talks? How it happened? It is because right view. Now let me bring that to this point. Someone might wonder, how did many people at the time of the Buddha attain nibbana right after the Dhamma talk? How many Dhamma talks you've been listening to? Interesting. They haven't done any meditation. They haven't done many things. Probably the first time they come to the temple or wherever, they just focus on what the Bhante or whoever is saying. Right?
Yes.
Another example that, let's say I'm walking on the street, I see a butcher on the street, cut meat or fish. I'm going to tell him, you know what? Come to my temple. I'm going to teach you how to nibbana. Will that work for you, for him? No, never. Then how does nibbana work for him, the butcher or the street vendor? In his own experience, in her own experience, we cannot bring everybody, we cannot give a common advice to everybody. This is the only way how to attain nibbana, or whatever the sansaric exemption. Because everyone's experience are the very important stuff that they can focus to cross the samsara. Now just imagine Rajumala, right? A poor woman, a lady who was going to take her life. And then what do you call Patachara, no understanding about anything. So many examples are there, right? They never followed a certain practice. But they had a very developed mind. They could penetrate what is happening with that vipassana, or whatever that objective knowledge, the vipassana knowledge, seeing things as they are. That is why we cannot bring people to certain one particular, but we can tell them, we can give them a guidance, but their experience is the most valuable thing that they can use to develop their mind. Okay, so many examples. So I'm telling you now, what can be the right view at this point? Actually, sammaditthi is the correct attitude. This also brings some confusion. What is correct? Correct, incorrect? This can be a very confused wording, right? For example, now this is a sutta we're going to be studying after Dhammacakkappavattana. Sammāsaṅkappa Sutta. What is it? Sammāsaṅkappa Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya number 2. All defilements or all taints. In this sutta, how does Buddha say we can overcome our defilements? The Buddha says, Jānato va passato va asavānaṁ kayang vadāmi. The Buddha says, Jānato va passato va asavānaṁ kayang vadāmi. We have to do two things. First thing is, we have to know what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. Is it very new to all of you? Killing somebody, stealing somebody's stuff, misbehaving, lying. Are they very new to you? Do you know? Most of you know. Even the criminals also know. Even the criminals, even the gangsters also know this is not good. But where is the separate line here? How do we draw the line here? Passatova, ajanato means we know it. This is good, this is bad. Wholesome, unwholesome. Passato means we should be able to see what is wholesome, unwholesome within a particular incident. Are we able to do that all the time?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. That is the most important part after the Janato part. Janato part means, are we conscious this is wholesome or unwholesome? Kusala or akusala? I think most of us know whether this is kusala or akusala, because we already have some. If you look at any Buddhist or any, even non-Buddhist too, mostly. What about the passato part? You ask somebody, especially if you can interview a prisoner, a person who killed somebody. How, if I was late for 1 minute, if I couldn't do that, I would have not killed that person. 1 minute, 1 second. Why? He was not able to see wholesome, unwholesome stuff within that particular scenario. Then, what is more important over here? Janato or passato? Both are important, but passato part is very important because most of us do not understand the kusala, akusala within that particular incident. So we just proceed to do that. We just do it. And then look back the repercussions after something happens. Then sammaditthi means we are able to use janato part and passato part together at the same time and then start thinking about any other thing. Interesting, huh? We should be able to bring those two perspectives to think about other things. That is why the moment you have sammaditthi, then your sankappa is going to be okay, your vacha going to be okay, your kammanta going to be okay, your ajiva going to be okay, and your vayama going to be okay, your sati going to be okay, your samadhi going to be pretty okay. No, nothing to look back. Why is it? Because you have the proper attitude about everything. So then, what is very important in this path, Noble Eightfold Path? Sammaditthi. But what has happened to many people over there? Not here, in normal society. They jump into the sila part right away, and they don't know where to focus. They don't have the correct view, what you call the sammaditthi. It's okay, some people just do it, like they do it, but they don't know why they are practicing sila. They should practice sila with a good understanding of the Sammaditi. So they know what to do and why am I involving with the Sila part, not even Sila, Samadhi part. This is why the Buddha said, there is a wrong concentration. Tell me how it is going to be different. Now you might say, this guy is a very good guy, goes to meditation, he's doing meditation. What's wrong with him? What's wrong? This lady is meditating a lot. What's wrong? Buddha said, no, there are people who meditate wrongly. Why is it? Tell me. They meditate only to find bliss, happiness. Buddha said, no, that's not the purpose of meditation. You may start with samatha, but you should proceed to vipassana. And then you should plan to your higher goal should be to end the samsara. Those who practice only to find bliss, just feel happy, they having miccha samadhi, wrong concentration. That is what Alara Kalama did. That is what Uddaka Ramaputta did. That is what Bhargava did. That is what most of the Indian ascetics at that time did. The Buddha said, no, this is not what I want. Alara Kalama asked Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, Asset Siddhartha, you know what, you have attained the same stage just as me. So let's share our students. Huh? You teach, I teach. We cannot make the deal over here. Asset Siddhartha, no, I think I'm looking for something else. I don't think this is the place. He proceeded. Luckily for us, huh? If we stayed with him, he would have not attained sammāsaṅkappa. And then he found another guy, Uddaka Ramaputta. He attained another one stage, jhana stage, neva sanya na sanya. It's a higher stage compared to us, higher mental stages. He also said the same thing. You achieve neva sanya na sanya very fast, faster than anybody here, like my students. So I think I want to appoint you as a teacher here. Let's share this. I don't think this is what I want. I want to go further. I'm not only looking for the bliss. I'm not only looking for normal happiness in my life. I want to end my samsara. Because samsara is terrible. We might not look at it that way because we are not able to see samsara as the Prince ascetic Siddhartha, because he could see way back, right? And way forward. We can't see that much. So we say, let's meditate just for being happy. So I was so stressed out. Let's meditate for today because I'm so stressed out. So that is my immediate goal today. But that is interesting. And remember, when ascetic Siddhartha started practicing his own meditation, he didn't know what to choose. He was near Uruvela, I guess. Is it Uruvela? Probably near there. And Mara approached him. Which Mara is that? Machumara, Vasavatti Mara. Vasavatti Mara, he approached him. He said, why are you struggling over here? I will tell you a better path. The better path is go back to the palace and do more merits. Right? Merits, punya. The ascetic Siddhartha said, no, I'm not looking for merits because I have done enough merits in my life. I now want to find the truth of the life. This is interesting to talk about him because Vesak is in the corner, right? I'm looking for the truth. The truth is not merit, right? It doesn't say, Dhamma folks, you should not do merit. You need merits because we don't know where we're going to be reborn after this life, right? Unless you attain Nibbana. But for him, Siddhartha, he said, no, I'm not looking for merits. You tell somebody who wants to do merit, not for me. Mara was very unhappy. Yeah? He's trying to convince him in a better way, right? Okay. So here, what we need to understand is that Sammaditthi, according to our daily life, is being able to have the correct attitude, right? Actually, this is very interesting. Now, if you take the secular life, there are people who complain, you know what, I'm trying my best, but I never pass my examination. I try my best, I'm not passing any interviews, I'm jobless for some time. and I have all the qualifications for some people, but I'm not landing on a good job. What's going on? Is it my luck? Maybe your attitude. Not even you, maybe the luck plus your attitude, the way you look at it, the way you look at the opportunities, the way you present yourself. That means attitude plays a bigger role. In Buddhism, Sammaditthi basically means you have the right attitude. That attitude has two areas. One area is Chatusacca Sammaditthi. Keep that in mind. Let me type that for you here. Chatusacca Sammaditthi. It is not mentioned here, Dhamma folks, because it only mentions Sammaditthi. That means Sammaditthi about the Four Noble Truths. This is one. Actually, this is the highest Sammaditthi because we are still learning. The second one is Dasavattuka Sammaditthi. That means Sammaditthi about the 10 aspects of secular life. Make sense, some folks?
Box?
Sorry?
Is it in the chat box?
I
don't think so.
Sorry, I'm typing to Lim actually. Sorry about that.
Trying to- It's not there.
So Brother Lim,
Brother Lim, can you paste here? Takes time for me to copy and paste probably. Maybe I can do that. Sorry about that. See, Lim is very lucky, getting all the messages right away.
Yeah, damn lucky are you.
Okay, you got it.
Satu.
Okay.
Satu.
Yeah, Chatusacca Sammaditthi. Now, there are two ways to practice Sammaditthi. One is to, actually, we all should practice the second one first, Dasavattuka Sammaditthi. They are pretty basic stuff in our life. Where do you find those 10, dumb folks? Where do you find them? Those 10 parts of the second Sammaditthi. That is what you are supposed to start. You're gonna find them over here in this slide. See, mundane Sammaditthi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these 10. Just calculate on, do your maths. And then as you practice Dasavattuka Sammaditthi, then only you get to the point Chatusacca Sammaditthi, and I have to understand the Four Noble Truths at least from the Satcha, Kata, Kicca ways. Remember we discussed that. Then you have the perfect Sammaditthi. Somebody also can say maybe this is the Sammaditthi for an Arahant after 10 Nibbana too, but basically you're going to start Sammaditthi under the second one first. Aliana, you sent me a message about Viva on Facebook asking question. Our brother Calvin. Okay. Bhante, I would like to ask, why are there 3 Bojjhanga Suttas? Since the teaching is similar. Also, are these Bojjhanga Suttas similar to the Girimāna Sutta? Okay, good questions. The first question, let me answer this way. Actually, the contents are same, but they were given to 3 individuals. What is happening with the first Bojjhanga Sutta? Kassapattera Bojjhanga. Arahant Kassapa is sick.
Yes.
And then what happens? The Buddha comes over to Arahant Kassapa, Mahakassapa's place, asking, how does he ask?
To read out?
Kachite yapaniyang, right? Can you bear your pain? Are you okay? He's asking a question. And then he said, I am going to teach you, I'm going to remind you actually the 7 Bojjhanga. That is See the difference. This is the first one. Second one, Maha Moggallanattera Bojjanga.
Yes.
In the same way, Arahant Maha Moggallana gets sick. And then what happens? Buddha paid a visit to him and then taught the same 7 Bojjanga, reminded actually. That is, so it is different. Huh? This is a second person, different person. Third, in the third sutta, it's something ironical. The Buddha gets sick.
That's
And then
right.
he asked Bhante Chunda, one of the
Chunda.
early attendants before Ananda, right? Because Bhante Ananda started becoming an attendant after some time. Before that, there were other monks, Nagita, Nagasamala, Chunda. There were a couple monks who were helping the Buddha. So here's Bhante Chunda. Can you teach me, not teach me, can you remind me the 7 Bojjhangas? Now somebody may argue, hey, Buddha knows everything. How come he forgot? Right. So Buddha is a normal person. So he asked him to chant. Right? Actually, I told you with the Abhidhamma, not for the Buddha, even Arahants may be sometime not mindful in certain places. So their panya is always some Arahant, not all Arahants. Because there are a couple Arahants, Arahant categories. So the reason is that, let's say you are physically sick. You are physically very sick. So let's say an Arahant is physically sick. When an Arahant is so gravely physically sick, then how come you're gonna bring about your mind? Now, this is not relevant to the Buddha actually. The Buddha said, my body is now 80 years old. It's like a bygone, what do you call, like a cart, right? Expired cart, but my mind still works. It's a sabbanyata jnana, what do you call, Buddha knows everything. But for an Arahant, there may be times he or she might not have panya. They have the panya, but panya for the moment. It's a thing that we learn from Abhidhamma, because Abhidhamma, it says there are 8 types of chittas for Arahants. Chittas that don't involve panya are the chittas that they are having at those times for different reasons. Have you ever heard some Arahants talk in a very harsh way to some people? Yes, some Arahants. Because that's a moment of their mindfulness, losing of the mindfulness. I would say panya, that what you call the panya for the moment. But they have panya. They are not going to do akusalas, but panya for the moment, what I mean? Active panya for the moment. Okay, so the answer to your first question, Kelvin, is that these 3 Bojjhanga Suttas are similar in contents, but they are given to 3 individuals with their 3 names and all that. Okay. Answer to your second question is that Girimananda Sutta. Girimananda is a long sutta. It was given to monk Girimananda. He was severely sick, and Buddha taught 10 sanya perceptions to Bhante Ananda. Ask him to go teach those 10 perceptions, so he will be back to normal. So Bojjhanga and Girimananda has a difference. I think Girimananda is a very philosophical teaching. So is Bojjhanga Sutta, but Girimananda has a lot of philosophical aspects. Brother Kelvin, you should come to our discussion real time, okay? Where are you? Okay, great. You might be busy, yeah? Okay, so Sammaditthi is like that. I think this is adequate for Sammaditthi. So let me know any questions before we jump onto sammāsaṅkappa. Otherwise, we won't have lots of time. Any questions about Sammaditthi? I took time for Sammaditthi because it's very important.
So, Bhante, it's very important for us to have the right view of the 4 Noble Truths, right? The point that you gave is like the second area we have to really look into, right? So when people...
I think don't go to that first level right away.
Until the
as a
first
normal
one,
person in the sense of the enlightenment, you should more focus on the Dasavattuka Sammaditthi. So as you practice Dasavattuka Sammaditthi, you are able to proceed to sammāsaṅkappa. So my understanding is the definition of Sammaditthi by the Four Noble Truth is the explanation of the Sammaditthi of an Arahant. Because do you think that we will be able to have Sammaditthi about Four Noble Truths without attaining Nibbana? I don't think so. Because only when you attain Nibbana, you have the perfect understanding, right view of the Sammaditthi. I think that is the other side of the Sammaditthi. For example, let me show you again here. Look at here. Now there are two people who are practicing Sammaditthi. One is people like us. We're still on the path. So we are going to practice these 10. One is someone who already attained Nibbana. We call Asekas, Arahants. No, they don't need any training. So for this person, Sammaditthi is the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths. Because we cannot declare we know the Four Noble Truths until we attain Nibbana. But for them, Sammaditthi is exactly, precisely because they already attained. Any question? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bhante.
Yeah, Dihan, let's go ahead.
Yeah, Bhante, earlier you explained this somebody trying to kill somebody, and after that he is getting this Chetana and those things, connecting these two together. Then he said that one I didn't get clear.
Great. Yes. That is a very interesting question again. Now, I said that although we know that this is good, this is akusala, why we are not able to prevent that beforehand? It is maybe during the act. It is because we don't follow the second part of the the methodology that the Buddha asks us to practice in different whatever actions you are continuing in your life. The Buddha said akusalas happens because we don't have janato part, we don't have the passato part. Janato is a Pali word, passato is a Pali. Janato means being conscious of what's going on. I would say a knowledge of what it is. Janato, that you know it. But passato means you should be able real time or within the particular action to see that this is wholesome and this is unwholesome. Passato part. So the reason that why we are more prone, susceptible to, vulnerable to execute bad things, akusala, is that we are not able to take time, or probably take time, probably not able to bring that knowledge into the real time. We are not able to see the act, the particular external act that's happening to us. That is why we are vulnerable to do akusala. That is why we are doing akusalas actually. But when you ask anybody who want to self-accept that I did something wrong, why did you do that? You know what? I know it, but it happened. I know it, but it happened. Why it happened? Where did things go wrong? Because pasatopa. They are not able to look at it real time, understand within this certain circumstance. Now, I can give you another example. Somebody is preparing for a talk with a piece of paper, but in the real talk, he or she gets very excited and then forget about large amount of the talk, right? A very practical example, right? So in the same way, you know what it is. You know that you are supple, but you are not managed. You are not able to see that this is unwholesome within the particular action. Or you are not able to see this is wholesome within the action. You simply see, oh, this is good. Huh? Now see the difference between two people. There's one guy who was doing a very large dana in his house. Everybody comes to his house. He simply thinks giving dana is good. That is what he knows. Everybody says this is merit. You're going to be reborn in a better place. But every time people get mistaken who come to this house. Okay? People get lost on the way. They didn't have GPS and all that at that time. So they are looking for this house. Where is this house? There's a guy who is giving some food to us. So they always come to a certain house. That person is always get asked, where is this Dana house here? So he simply is very happy. He's saying, over there. That's over there. So the moment he's showing his hand, the direction to that person, he created more good karmas than the person who gave dana, because his mind has no loba, no dosa, no moha. But this might be a weird example to somebody, because there might be people who might give dana without loba, dosa, moha. But normally, many people, when they are involved with the particular good, wholesome thing, they know the janato part, but they don't do the pasato part. So because they don't know the pasato part, they go to loba, they go to dosa, they go to moha, they do akusala with the good thing. That is why samadhi is very important. You should be able to see the wholesome, unwholesome part while doing your actions, while doing your whatever activities. Okay.
Bhante,
Yeah.
just now the 2 words you say are Pali words.
Maybe I can type for you. I hope I'm not typing for lim again. Janato. Let's say 9, then pasto. Does it make sense? By knowing and by being able to see it within the action. Okay. Okay, so let me go to sammāsaṅkappa then. I think that I could finish that too. Okay, sammāsaṅkappa. Now this is the second part. Of course, you won't have good saṅkappas, right saṅkappas, if you don't have right view. Because the moment you don't have right view, you will have all the wrong thoughts. Right? It's pretty clear, right? The moment you don't have a right view, then definitely you will have wrong views.
Wrong.
Now let me ask you, what are the let me ask you this way, what are the basic thoughts that we have? I would say, now this has been translated differently. Saṅkappa has been translated by some people like thought. Some people translate this to be intention. Some scholars translate this to be resolve. Pretty deep word, I think. Let's take the normal one, intention. Then you might be puzzled. Then what about the kamma, chetana? Chetana is normally translated by many as volition. So intention is basically what you have in your mind when you have the right view or wrong view. So what are the basic saṅkappas that we have in Buddhism? According to Pa? There are? Yeah. There are 3 types of what do you call thoughts. What are they?
Right
Anybody
view.
wants to add?
The right view?
Not exactly. We already discussed about right view. Now we come to the saṅkappa part, right intention, right? So what are the intentions that we have? One is renunciation.
Renunciation.
Yeah, that is one of the right intention. We call it nekkhamma saṅkappa. Okay, we call it. Let me type for you. Nekkhamma saṅkappa. Second is avyapada saṅkappa. That means ill. Third is avihimsa saṅkappa. Avihimsa saṅkappa, non-harassing.
What is the
Mhm.
third?
Brother Lim has it.
Again? I don't
Again?
think.
You don't have it.
No, everybody can see, I guess.
Oh,
No,
not the
two
third.
only. Not the third one, Bhante.
Third one missing. Brother Lim,
Yeah,
you
third one,
hide-
I'm still typing. Don't worry.
Oh.
Okay. So fast, huh? Take time, be
thought he-
patient. Patient.
Brother Lim hijack, eh?
Everything, Brother Lim.
Okay. Nekkhamma saṅkappa, renunciation type thoughts, intentions. Avyapada saṅkappa, non-ill will. Avihimsa saṅkappa, no harm. I want to make a disclaimer because there are diacritical marks. You can see them maybe later, but for the moment, this is enough. So generally speaking, we have kama thought, kama saṅkappas. We have vyapada saṅkappas. We have hinsa saṅkappas. That means we have intentions of kama. Our normal life has a lot of kama intentions. Kama means, what is
Action.
kama? If the opposite is renunciation in kama means,
Action.
sorry? Yeah.
Action is it, Bhante?
Can you say it a little louder?
Renunciation.
You said action.
Action.
No. That is kama. I'm asking. I'm saying kama.
Okay.
Okay, let me type for you the opposite side.
Oh,
here.
there's a KH.
Kama.
Yeah.
Kama saṅkappa. Then you will
Actually,
see
we
vyapada saṅkappa. Then you will see. Third is hinsa saṅkappa. Okay, this is the usual type of intentions we are dealing with on a daily basis, right? So we always struggle with. We don't say we struggle. We say, we are doing well with my own karmas. I'm very happy. I'm getting at my own karmas. Right? Karma simply means pleasures. I would say in a little bit detail, sensual pleasures. Is enjoying sensual pleasures un-Buddhist or Buddhist unfriendly? Is it?
I think so.
Is eating what you want to eat un-Buddhist? As a Buddhist, you can't do that. As a layperson, is eating whatever you want, is being with somebody you want to be, is doing whatever you want, is involving with whatever plans. Is it?
I think it's okay.
It is okay because you think about the practical side. It should be. It should be. Why not?
Yeah.
It should
Yeah,
be.
lay people.
Yeah, lay people. Yeah, lay people. Why not?
Yeah.
But the problem here is that how do we draw the line here? How do we draw the line between karma and nekkhamma?
Clinging.
Clinging part,
Clinging.
yes, clinging part. That means lay people. Let's say we don't need to separate, otherwise people might be marginalized here. Anybody who, let's say a monk is watching here, don't marginalize anybody. Let's say we are going to separate karma from nekkhamma at the point of clinging. You love your spouse, you love your children, you eat whatever you want, but you are not exercising, you are not encouraging clinging. You don't add clinging to your whatever the food you like. You don't add clinging to your people you love. Actually, when you cling, you are disturbing them. Hey, you can't talk to this person, huh? You should know. Don't eat that. You can't do this. You're trying to
so-
control, manipulate people, and then
Yo-yo.
you're going to be a big troublemaker to many people around you, right? So respecting the freedom, appropriate freedom, we are trying to seek karma in a healthy way. Healthy karma. Healthy karma means you enjoy your life without clinging. How do we know that? It is relevant to each and everyone here. So we can't say this is the level. But the problem is there are people who are overly thinking about karmas all the time. Oh, the food, people. I want this and that. The mind is so hectic with the karmas. That is not a good kind of intention, because what happened? You die halfway of that thinking, you know. Yeah.
Then
A
you
lot of things
die.
can happen. Sorry.
Then you won't be able to die. You keep
Um,
thinking.
No, I mean, very good
Die.
point. You won't be able to die because of the karma. Yes, people, yeah, you can say so, but there were people who died halfway of having lots of karma thoughts. I mean, their irony was, their fate in a way was not a happy one. Say, Emperor Asoka passed away while he was angry about one of his attendants. It is said that he became a python in the Himalayas, and then one very wholesome monk passed away while thinking about a small mistake, and he became a cobra in the bank of the river. So the problem is that our attitude and the way how we look at it, like samadhi actually, really affects our life and also lives to come. So sammāsaṅkappa and nekkhamma, when we are going to sammāsaṅkappa stage, what we have to understand is that we should be able to separate our karma thoughts from nekkhamma thoughts. That's enough. Having that basic understanding is what you want here. Right?
Bhante, nikama means?
Nekkhamma is the opposite side. Renunciation. That means
Renunciation.
I will explain to you a little bit more. Now in English, we have two words. Dhamma speakers use two words: let go and renunciation. Actually, let go is the basic definition. Can you let go of all this, negative stuff? But renunciation is a full leaving, like a formal full leaving of whatever the things, right? As a layperson, you might not be able to do it, but I think you are doing that, whether you don't notice it. Let's say when you were small, you were like probably not considerate about some stuff. When you become adults, study, and you become spouse, you have children, when children go out of your house, and then you're trying to downsize your house, you downsize your expenses, and you are slowly, indirectly going into a minimalist life, right? Have you ever noticed? Don't you call it like, I'm kind of renouncing my life. I'm not trying to look at a very big mansion. I can't take care of it too. I can't maintain it. And why do we want a big house? For what? What's the reason? Right? So I think, although many people don't accept that they are not renouncing, I call many people renounce because they have to renounce because of their age, because of what is happening to them. But when you come to nekkhamma-saṅkappa, you don't keep revenge. You don't keep past negative memories that can bother you. You are able to have intentions that you are not very much clung to. That is nekkhamma-saṅkappa. Nekkhamma means you are crossing your karma. You are going to the other side of karma. Other side means not to the end of karma, but to a certain level of what you call the opposite of probably the full exit of the karmas in your own. Maybe you are having karma, but you know that this is karma, that I should have more nekkhamma thoughts, nekkhamma intentions. Avyapada saṅkappa. Let's take the wrong side. Avyapada saṅkappa. What is vyapada saṅkappa?
You will.
What is vyapada?
You will.
Huh?
You
Ill
will.
will. Ill will. What is ill will, Dhamma folks?
Do evil things.
Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Not kind, very unkind,
That
very
intention,
Is that evil?
that intention.
bad intention.
Mhm. Any other answer? Sita, you have an answer? Seems you are trying to say something.
Yeah, I just say I agree with Aliana. It's
Uh-huh.
about the intention, the ill will. You're wishing someone to get that thing happen to their life,
Okay.
so the bad intention.
Mhm. Okay. So it actually Vyapada simply means thoughts, I would say intentions of killing somebody, both physically and by character-wise. That means Vyapada comes before Panatipata, isn't it? When somebody is going to kill somebody, then before Panatipata, you must have Vyapada. Then what is more dangerous then? Vyapada looks to be more dangerous because every time you have Vyapada, then you are having a Panatipata. Definitely. Now I'm going to make things easy for you. Then how do you know that you are having Panatipata actions you are making? Because the moment you have a Vyapada thought, thoughts of destroying other people, intentions of destroying, intentions of even character assassinations. Some people assassinate other people's characters. How do they do that? They write stuff online, right? They probably report wrong information to other people. They probably share. Don't share the stuff that you don't know. Huh? Luckily, Facebook has a thing now. Are you sure this is a really good news? This is fake or good, right? Because when you share wrong news, fake information, there may be somebody who might be cheated. Not everybody is like wise. So, any type of intentions to destroy somebody physically, mentally, emotionally, even by character-wise, it is ill will. We call it Vyapada Saṅkappa. Then what should we do? We should have the opposite. We should always think, have intentions to protect anybody. My people or other people, everybody across the globe, universe. That is what the Buddha meant by Avyapada Saṅkappa. Do we feel that many people practice this in our societies? You know what is that? Why is it? Because they don't have sammāditthi. Don't teach them sammāsaṅkappa. They will not understand. Teach them sammāditthi. If they know sammāditthi, they will not come to a Vyapada Saṅkappa. They will definitely have Avyapada Saṅkappa. Then Himsa Saṅkappa. Himsa means hurt. Thoughts, intentions of hurt. Do people hurt in this society? In many ways. We have a word called bullying other people by words, by not caring other people. Lot of people say that I'm very hurt because my parents, my spouse, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my children said this and that. I'm very hurt. Why is it? Because the person who said that did not understand you. Probably you might be the troublemaker too sometimes. Huh? Anyways, something might have happened, right? The Buddha said all the time, always try to be somebody who is not going to hurt other people by actions, by words, by thoughts. Actually, your words and actions come after the thought, after your intentions. So we should have avihimsa saṅkappa, right? Before we jump into the rest, do you have any questions about these 6 types of saṅkappas according to samma or micca? Now, can anybody tell me what is micca here? Micca means wrong intentions. What are they? Kama saṅkappa. That means intentions of what you call proceeding, lots of what you call extreme kamas to a level of clinging. And then Vyapada Sankappa means intentions of destroying somebody's life. Sometimes Dhammapoka is very ironical. You may have a thought like that, but you are not showing it to other people. Right? I mean, general folks, right? You might feel, I want to do this. Remember what happened to one Deva. Remember the story? There was a female Deva, Rukka Deva, who was living with her son. Then one monk thought, I want to cut this tree because I can make a temple. Kuti kuti. Right? So then that monk started cutting the tree. The monk didn't know that there is a female deity. She was very unhappy because she has a child. She was very angry. Full swing. She was trying to even kill the monk. And then she thought to herself, no, I'm not going to do that. I had to be calm. I want to see the Buddha. And she went to see the Buddha. She said to the Buddha, Bhante, I've been living in this tree for long, but there's a monk that's come here and then trespass and then try to almost cut the tree already, actually. I had lots of anger, full anger. I was almost going to kill, but I did not do that. You know what the Buddha said? Yo ve uppatitang kodang ratang bhantang vadare tamahang saratim brumi rasmik gaho itaroj. It's a Dhammapada stanza, probably the Kodavag, okay? Buddha says something very interesting, very important to all of us. Yo ve uppatitang kodang. If someone is very angry and his or her anger is uprisen very to the high level now, we have noticed that in us sometimes, maybe in other people too. But ratang bantang dare, he or she is not proceeding, continuing that same anger, just as someone who is riding a horse cart or maybe a cart, trying to hold the rein of the horse cart. Right? The Buddha says, not all charioteers are drivers. Because, think about this example. Yo ve uppatitang kodang ratang bhantang. Now suppose the cart is going very fast. Right? It's like the anger. Now somebody has full anger. Nobody's trying to talk to that person. Very angry. Not even look at that person. Other people are very scared. Don't know what he or she's going to do. It is like now the cart is going very fast. But there is somebody who knows how to stop it in the event of emergency. Let's say you're going high, very high on a highway or freeway, but you see kind of a hazard on the way, but you know how to stop in time. You are a good driver. Definitely a good driver because you know how to stop in time, not going to smash onto other cars, right? Probably other things. So in the same way, you have been able to stop your anger in time before something happens. You are a real driver. You have done the perfect, the Buddha said. Interesting, huh? So see, even we come up with any vyapada thought, just because someone is hurting us, we have always a way out. Not to continue that thought, just to take some time and then think about what's going on. Should I proceed? Should I hit back? Is it Buddhist? Right? So vyapada. Himsa is the same, right? You're gonna basically help the thought and the actual hurting. So these are the three what you call miccha sankappas, wrong intentions. And the former is the three good intentions. So we always should be able to renounce. Now, for example, things happen at most times saying that somebody's trying to take my stuff. Let him take it. Let her take it. Right? If you could think about it. Right? I know that there were certain events in the past, monks saying that devotees are trying to struggle with the same date. Bhante, I want to offer dhan on the same day. There's another person also want to give the dhan on the same day. Now they are having some kind of a verbal dispute, right? Then they have said this piece of advice, I'm giving my dana to you. That is also a dana, you know. I'm giving my date for you. Don't worry. Right? So in the same way, we can look at renunciation in many ways. We should be, although you use comforts in your life, you should be able to renounce any moment you want to. That is the ability. But if you think you can't get rid of them, that means you are so attached to, so clung to karma saṅkappas. Vyapada and hinsa are definitely wrong, so there's no question. Adding on to that, I want to say, something else over here. Okay, so a lot of people talk about lobha, dosa, moha, isn't it? Right? They call them as poison. I normally don't call them as poisons. I normally say they are energies. Nobody should carry poisons. Huh? It's very dangerous. So all those things are lying within us. They are not poisons. They are energies. Probably we have to bring them to the proper right side of the energy. Now they may be a good person, but in a moment of time, that person may be very angry, right? Very bad. Why is it? Same energy has been transferred into a different aspect of his life, her life. So we should always give them a time to heal. Look at that. You can definitely transfer. So looking at these three types of intentions, I could say, if you practice nekkhamma intentions, saṅkappas, then you can definitely reduce your lobha, isn't it? When you practice renunciation, letting go, then definitely you can reduce your lobha. That means this is relevant to dana. Everybody who is offering dana here should treat this as a valuable teaching, because you should practice renunciation. Do you think every donor can practice renunciation? Not always. I think I told long time ago an incident. There was a family who offered a lot of things to temple, and every time they go to the temple, Bhante, see, this is what I offered this one. I remember 2 years ago. 5 years ago, I offered this to you. 10 years ago, I did that one. Maybe in 5 more years from now, I'm gonna do this one too. Well, I mean, if you offer, that's being offered already. It's done. Whoever is gonna use, let them use. Right? There should be no attachment to anything. But maybe you might say in good faith too, right? I'm very happy I did that, but not all the time. So by practicing thoughts of renunciation, you can reduce your lobha. Then by practicing avyapada saṅkappa, non-ill will, you can reduce definitely ill will. It's the same, right? And by practicing non-harm thoughts, I would say intentions, you can definitely reduce your, what do you call, hatred, right? So they are very important for you to practice your Dhamma path. Okay, I think that's all. Any questions about sammāsaṅkappa? I think we should be able to discuss more, but I think that is enough for this kind of a discussion. Yes, yeah.
Normally, if you do any dana or something, then if you are reminding it again and again, we'll get more merits according to my knowledge, right? So
Visualizing
especially for the-
one's own good karma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, for example, now we are doing something, then we are telling to another one, we did this dana and something like that. Is it not good or good? Then it's depend on our intention, right?
Okay, let me tell you, this is a personal advice. It all depends on what you want. You can, okay, if we take it from the higher, deeper level, you know, you have the choice of using that for your kusala path to attain nibbana, not attaching to, not clinging to even your kusala. We should not cling to our kusala as well. On the other hand, visualizing I did this within myself is a good motivation for you to continue your path, not for the merits, but as something kusala for your own path. But always trying to publicly sharing and declaring that might create lots of sakkaya. That is a different aspect. But of course, I ask people who donated stuff, try to have a personal visualization. I did this for Bhante, I did this for temple, I did this for the monastery. I'm happy within myself. That's enough. Right? Other than that, I don't think that trying to always, probably you might talk it in a light way, always trying to do it, because our path is not with the monks. Our path is with ourselves. My nibbana is with myself, not with other people. I only take guidance from them. So I had to be very humble.
Because now we have some tradition. Then most of this, especially the old people, got this pimpota. That means whatever the things we have done is a good things, and write in a book. And when they are in last moment, then neighbors or whoever is relative reading that one. I think that is a very good thing, because when sometimes we also don't remember what we have done. For example, most of the time I am taking the photos. Then once I see the old backup, then only I realize, okay, we did this, and then at that time I am very happy, right? Like that. Is it okay?
Yeah. Actually, it is said that when we are going to die, if it is a natural death, mostly what is happening is that we are losing our consciousness. Let's say somebody goes to a coma, and then there's no way that you can convince. But the doctors say you talk to the person, although he can or she can hear us. But normally, our mind is going to be weak at that point. So in Sri Lanka, you talk about Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, they have a practice, especially with regard to all people at that time. They write down what they have done. Every time they look at it, they don't show off to anybody. They don't actually boast it to other people. They just look at it in their own way. Probably they have given dana for 5 months. They have offered atapirikara, 8 whatever. They have offered a piece of land to a certain monastery. So they are happy within themselves. It is a good practice, but because different people get all differently. Not every person is going to get all what you call in a very gracious way, right? If everybody is going to get all graciously, then it's okay. Everything is fine. But not every person is going to get sick in the same way. So I think maintaining a pimpota, book of whatever the good things you have done, it's a good plan, alternative plan. But take it with you, focus on that. But here I have something else. Now we know in Buddhism, same action can be transferred to a pina, punya, or a kusala. So we have to look at the both sides. In particular, anybody who is looking at one's own particular deeds in the past, this life, should regard that I did, or myself or my family did all these good things for the sake of attaining Nibbana only. Then you might consider, what about the merit? Don't I wish my good life when I die? Don't worry. They are complementary. Why you want to think about complementary stuff? They come with you. But a lot of people think about, no, they are not complementary. We have to do that manually. So automatic complementary stuff. That's the answer. Any other questions? So we will take 1 or 2 more questions and we will wrap this up.
Bhante, today we talk about this Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. I just want to know, is always been said during the sickness of illness of the monks. They were told to read it out. So is it this sutta is good to chant for those who are sick? Is it also, it helps or not?
If you look at the chanting traditions,
Yeah.
Chanting traditions have been popular and used in different ways. Now, in Sri Lanka, the last time that they constructed the chanting book was the 17th century. I guess it's, can't remember the book, under the patronage of the monk called Saranankara Sangaraja. So this is the book that we mostly focus on at the moment. But before that, we had a book called Saratta Samuchaya in the Anuradhapura area. So now the Paritta book, chanting book, was created by the monks thinking that these particular suttas will bring particular results. Bojjhanga suttas will be okay for, mostly good for the sicknesses. Atanati Sutta is good for chasing the yakkas out. I mean, whatever happens. And then what do you call Dhammacakka Sutta is good for a specific chanting. And then 3 suttas are good for the normal blessing, right? Mangala, Metta, and Ratana, Metta. And then Kanda Paritta is good for preventing a snake bite. Don't try that out, but says that it's good for a prevention of a snake bite. Because the monk died because the Buddha said, the monk said, this monk practiced a lot of loving kindness, metta. Why he was bitten by the snake? The Buddha said, yes, he practiced, but he did not practice for 4 types of snakes. The monks were like, really? What are they? Era Putta, Kanya Gautamaka, Chabya Putta. Oh, really? Are there? That means in order for you to deepen your metta practice, you should know who are the animals out there, right? There's a black python and this python, cobra and all that, because otherwise they might not feel. On the other hand, there was an incident. One group of monks found out a snake in the temple. They said, it's a snake we found out. We're going to put him in the kitchen area. And they tell other monk, there's a snake. We're going to release him after dana. Don't try to go to the kitchen. But there was one monk who was very frustrated after his bhavana practice, meditation. He said, not doing well with my meditation. I can't become a monk. Maybe I'm going to die today. Because these monks say there's a snake in the bottle or somewhere in there, in the pot in the kitchen. So he went in there. He secretly opened the lid and put his hand inside. He feels the snake, but he was not bitten. Then he was trying to find his head and then put his fingers into his mouth. He didn't do anything. Then he thought maybe a rattlesnake. This is a kind of rattlesnake, very harmless rattlesnake. Actually, it's a cobra. Then he said to the Buddha, Bhante, I was gonna die today. I was so frustrated about my monastic practice. But that snake didn't bite. No wonder he was your mother in a past life. He won't bite you. But ask another monk to go and put the finger. Definitely he's gonna bite. See, past things come down to us in the samsara, right? So the metta practice in that sutta says that you should particularly look at different animals so that we know who are out there. Kanda Paritta. Then Kasi Bharadwaj. In this sutta, Buddha says that I also found like the Kasi Bharadwaj. The Kasi Bharadwaj says, why you go for Pindapat? Earn money. Live on your money. Why you go for Pindapat? I'm not giving you food. The Buddha said, no, I also do my own farming. Really? Where's your paddy field? The Buddha said, he actually bringing all that stuff to a spiritual one. So I think the monks cherry pick the suttas into the chanting book and they made it. Not the Buddha did that. Because then some people might misunderstand what happened to the other suttas. Are other suttas not important just as the blessings that we see in the chanting book? Chanting book was made by monks with a purpose, because they found out different contextual appropriate scenarios for lay people, right? And also when everybody chants, thousands people chant together, definitely there is a blessing. Now you think about 1,000 people curse on one politician. Millions people curse on one very vicious man, a woman. Actually. It can happen. Something can happen. So I think regardless of the nature of the content, definitely blessings can work. But if you ask me how the book was constructed, compiled, it is because they cherry pick certain appropriate suttas for certain scenarios.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Bhante. But Bhante, I was curious, the 7 factors of the enlightenment in Bonjanga, and Bhante say is really meant for the Arahant. How about the
No,
lay people?
no. Not, you should not take that way. The 7 factors of enlightenment can be better understood by Arahants and onwards. We don't understand them because these are the components of the enlightenment, Arahat, Nibbana. I would say Arahat. So only when you attain Nibbana, you can fully understand what they are. You might think, sati, mindfulness. No, not that sati. Dhammavichaya, investigation of the mental. No, it's not that normal Dhammavichaya. Samadhi, or is it just no? It is actually samma samadhi, not miccha samadhi. It's a higher level. So what is happening when a monk is chanting you these bojjhangas is that the monk is thinking that you are sick. Maybe you may be sick. With the power of this chanting, whatever, because I guess the monks can understand all this chanting better than a layperson. I guess it might not be. So they have a lot of compassion towards you, right? So that compassion will help you to get better, your life, sicknesses, and your other things. But the context is only meant for the Arahants. It's not really comprehensible to normal folks, even for an Anagami person, because it's really the inside of the Nibbana.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? We'll give chance to anyone else here. So we have Wei today. Welcome to our discussion. See you for the first time here.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Bhante.
Are you representing PHBS? What does it stand for?
Oh, this is the virtual background for my youth fellowship meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, PHBS is Putra Heights Buddhist Society. That's where I mainly attend. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so let's wrap this up by transferring good karmas. May all the good karmas that we have been accumulating today be transferred to all the departed relatives that have passed away in the name of us in this life and in past lives. If the departed relatives were already reborn in a place of pain, karma dukati, may they be able to utilize all these good karmas and to be reborn in a better place so that they can practice more Dhamma, karma sugati. If they are already in a better place, karma sugati, may they be able to learn, approve, and apply, and then practice all this Dhamma knowledge to their practice, and finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idang me nyati nang hontu sukita hontu nyati. Idam me nyati nang hontu sukita hontu nyati. Idam me nyati nang hontu sukita hontu nyati. May all the good karmas be shared by all the devas, nagas, and mahitikas. These 3 individual types are non-humans, devas, deities, nagas, not snakes, snake individuals, serpent kings, and mahitikas means those who have powers, semi-divine people. May all these individuals be able to share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you, including Reverend monks in the temple. May they bless you and protect you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and all the good things. May you be always safe. With that in mind, we're going to recite 2 types of stanzas to share good karmas with the devas, nagas, and Mahas. Ettavatacha ammehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavatacha ammehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasatthacha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkang tulukasasanam. Akasatthacha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkang tudesanam. Akasatthacha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkang tumang paranti chirang rakkang tumang sadati. As I told you a couple of times, chirang rakkang tumang paranti, looking at you, may they protect you, bless you. Chirang rakkang tumang sada, may you be protected by. So we're going to say the both parts. We always practice what you call non-Sakkaya type sharing. Also, let's wish that in the Sansara, may we be always in the company of the noble friends. May we be always be able to enjoy the company of the noble friendships, Kalyana Mitras, not with the Pava Mitras, who may deviate us from our path. Thinking thus, we're going to recite the stanza. Imina punya kammene mame bala samagamu satang samagamu yavanimbana pantiyam. Finally, may all the good karmas which we have been accumulating to this point of time be supportive or helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu.
Abhivadana sirisse nichang vaddha pachayinu chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So next Friday, do we have a conflict with the day, Aliana? Next Friday, do you have a Vesak ceremony on Friday? Or is it on your Thursday?
Thursday.
So we don't have any conflict with our day, right?
Vesak day is on Thursday,
On
right?
Thursday.
Confirm?
Yes,
Okay.
on Thursday.
On your side, your temple has the event on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Thursday and
great, great.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that you have a very, I can't say that, good celebration. I hope somebody told, Happy Good Friday. That person was really mad, how come Jesus Christ was crucified, you can't say like that. So I'm saying that have a good preparation with your Vesak celebration in the temple. Yeah,
Is this the same day? Is it same date with your side? At your side?
Probably on Friday. So I had to look at it actually. Yeah, so I have no problem with the time and date next Friday. Yeah, Dihan?
Yeah, my question is the same thing. Then I have seen most of the time in the Vesak and other Poya days in Asian region, this Malaysia, one day, then next day Sri Lanka and something like that. At least the Asian region, why it's changing lot, Bhante? I don't know.
If you look at Mahayana way, the Japanese people say the Buddha was enlightened on December 8, on my birthday. I said, I'm so happy about different dates. So they have 3 dates. The Buddha was, when Siddhartha was born on a different day, enlightened on a different day, passed away on a different. So I
Wonderful.
think it depends on the people who make this what do you call the list of the dates. So Sri Lanka has 2 dates, Vesak Day and the day after the Vesak Day. So probably
Oh,
yeah. So that is
I
how it
see.
works. So yeah.
Vesak Day and the day after. And the
Yeah,
day
after
after,
Vesak, both days are free. Holidays for
oh,
people.
oh,
Yeah.
2 days public holiday, but
2
the
days
prayer
public.
will be on the first day.
Prayer will be on the first day, the day. Probably, I'm not sure whether they are looking at the lunar calendar pretty much well, the full moon, but
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, there may be differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We
sorry, for the international conference like this, it haven't raised this issue and
No. You know, the minister called Lakshman Kadirgama, who was a foreign minister in Sri Lanka, was gunned down killed by terrorists some time ago.
yeah.
He's the one who proposed this day to be a day that is approved by the United Nations. But the problem was there's no particular day. Vesak Day is UN approved, but no fixed day for that.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a problem because it's not a problem because Mahayana people celebrate on a different types of 3 days and Theravada. I don't think we can bridge that. But probably in the subsequent neighboring days will be normally taken by different countries for this. Yeah.
Bhante, our website. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You go first.
Dihan.
Yeah, Sita, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Bhante, our Waisak Day will be held in June because we follow the Chinese calendar here. It says that we have double month. So yeah, it's on June, around June 4 or June 5. So yeah, I really wish to go to Malaysia, but I cannot get the tickets. So yeah, I'll be celebrating Waisak in June.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's for
Because-
Indonesia, is it?
Yes.
Indonesia. But we follow the Chinese calendar for the Waisak Day. So that's why they set it on. They say we have double.
Yes.
Yeah.
Double month.
That's right,
in
double
February
month.
or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
not sure about
great.
that, but
Yeah. Yeah, you have 2 days to celebrate, huh?
yeah, double month. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, great. Malaysia has a holiday, right, for Vesak? Is it?
Yes.
Oh, great.
National Day.
Mhm.
But this year is special for us, Bhante. On Sunday we have a special event on float procession.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Around, and it's about 5 km. So it will be a Sunday night.
Oh, great.
Because we open up after COVID now special arrangement for Sunday in the evening. We will have a 5 km walk.
What time start?
6:30 prayers and all that. Then they will start 7:30. I think.
From AP.
Yeah.
Yes, on the Sunday evening. So visualize our procession. different Buddhist center will come with their floats and we will combine.
Oh, it's a collaborative one, not only your temple.
Yeah, and then
I see.
Where's the starting point?
Nearby our vihara, 5 km.
Oh.
5 km. Yeah, should be good. Should be fun. So
Yeah.
I think we'll have Friday will be the Dhamma class with Bhante. Then Sunday is an event. That will be good.
Sunday, come out of the houses and then just walk, huh? At night.
Lena, was it did you inform in the group? Was that informed in the
Yes.
Okay, everybody, very happy to see all of you. And I hope you have a very safe, good time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Take care.
very much, Bhante.
See you,
Good
see you
Good
next
night, all the
Friday.
brothers.
Good night.
Yeah, with
Thank you,
some
Bhante.
Vacha.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night, brother. and
Thank
sister.
you,
Good night,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
brothers
Sadhu,
and
sadhu.
sisters. Good night. Good night,
Good night.
Bhante.
good night.
Good night.
Brother, you going? You coming? Visa? You know. Cannot hear you. You unmute.
Now I'm in Malaysia.
Come to our
Yeah.
temple.
Going
Vesak
to
Day.